In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 6, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Bulls versus Orlando Magic. On Thursday night, the Chicago Bulls will head to the Kia Center to face off against the Orlando Magic. This marks the 3rd time these Eastern Conference rivals will meet this season. So far, the series is tied at 1 win apiece, but Orlando has dominated the matchup in recent years, winning 7 of the last 10 games straight up and covering the spread in those same 7 games. The under has also been a common trend, hitting in 6 of those 10 matchups. The Bulls are still dealing with injury concerns, as Patrick Williams, Kevin Huerter, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Giddey are all listed as questionable for this game. On the other side, the Magic will be without Jalen Suggs once again, and Cole Anthony's status is up in the air as well. Orlando is favored in this matchup, and it makes sense. They're the better team on paper, and they're playing at home. But here's the thing, the Magic haven't looked like the better team lately. Over the past month, they've been struggling, and they're coming off back-to-back losses to the Raptors as heavy favorites. Oddly enough, they've actually gotten worse since getting healthier. Their offense has been a mess, and they've been a disappointment against the spread this season, sitting at 28 to 34 to 1. Earlier in the year, they were one of the best home teams in the league, but now they've racked up 15 losses at the Kia Center. It's tough to imagine the Magic running away with this game. They've been in a rough patch, losing 5 of their last 6 games. Their offensive struggles have made it easy for even mediocre teams to hang around, and the Bulls are no exception. Despite Chicago's own losing streak, they should be able to keep this game competitive. I'm leaning toward the Bulls here, largely because of Nikola Vucevic's strong season. In their last game, the Magic had trouble defending the paint against Toronto, and if the Bulls can exploit that weakness, they've got a real shot at winning. It's also worth noting that Orlando hasn't been great against the spread as favorites, going just 20 to 18 in those situations. Meanwhile, Chicago has held their own as underdogs, posting a 23 to 24 record against the spread when not favored. I'm not ready to trust the Magic again until they show some consistency and put together a solid stretch of games. Right now, they're too unreliable, and a Bulls win wouldn't shock me at all. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When it comes to the under, the numbers are worth paying attention to. Orlando has seen the under hit in 24 of 39 games when playing teams with equal rest, while Chicago has gone under in 23 of 40 such games this season. The Magic are a defensive powerhouse, ranking 1st in blocks, 1st in defensive rebounding, and 2nd in forcing opponent turnovers. They play at one of the slowest paces in the league, which helps limit possessions and keep scores low. However, their offense has been a major issue, and injuries haven't helped. Mo Wagner has been out, and Jalen Suggs is done for the season. With Cole Anthony also questionable, their already thin rotation could struggle even more to put points on the board. The under has been a reliable trend for both teams. For the Bulls, it's hit in 14 of 29 road games this season. For the Magic, it's gone under in 39 of 63 games overall and 21 of 33 at home. Over their last 10 games, the under is 7 to 3 for Orlando. Given how poorly the Magic have been scoring and how strong their defense has been, this game has all the makings of a low-scoring affair. The Bulls also happen to be one of the best teams in the league at defending the 3-point line, which should further slow down Orlando's already struggling offense. With several key Bulls players either injured or questionable, the game total should stay on the lower side. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Brooklyn Nets. The Warriors are heading to the East Coast for a matchup against the Nets in Brooklyn. Golden State has been playing some of their best basketball lately, securing wins in 8 of their last 10 games. On the other hand, the Nets are struggling to stay in the playoff picture, currently sitting in 11th place in the Eastern Conference. This game could be a pivotal moment for both teams as they head into the final stretch of the season. Golden State will be slightly shorthanded with Jonathan Kuminga still sidelined, while the Nets will once again be without Noah Noah Clowney, the Warriors have the advantage of staying in Manhattan overnight, minimizing travel fatigue before the game. Meanwhile, the Nets seem to be playing out the string, looking ahead to what could be a lengthy rebuild in the offseason. Offensively, the Warriors hold a clear edge, ranking 15th in scoring compared to the Nets, who are near the bottom at 29th. Golden State also excels from beyond the arc, sitting 4th in three-pointers made per game, while the Nets are middle of the pack at 14th. Defensively, the Warriors are stronger too, ranked 12th in field goal defense, while the Nets are second to last in that category. Brooklyn's struggles defending the three-point line could be a major problem against a team featuring Steph Curry. Golden State is 8-2 in their last 10 games and fighting to stay in the top 6 of the Western Conference. They've also been reliable against the spread, going 8-2 against the spread in that same stretch. Golden State has looked like a completely different team since Jimmy Butler arrived, bringing a fresh energy that's been especially noticeable in veterans like Draymond Green and Steph Curry. They've won 8 of their last 10 and climbed to 6th in the West. This is another road game for the Warriors, but they've had a day off in New York to rest before making the short trip to Barclays Center. Brooklyn, on the other hand, has been struggling against Western Conference teams, losing 13 of their last 16 matchups. They're also 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games, which doesn't bode well for their chances here. The Warriors have quickly become one of the hottest teams in the league, with Steph Curry leading the charge. There's still a sense that they have room to grow, especially with Jimmy Butler still finding his footing in the offense. In contrast, the Nets have been ice cold and look particularly out of sorts in their recent blowout loss to the struggling Spurs. Brooklyn has now lost 5 straight games and appears to be a team that's already checked out of the play-in race. Since Butler joined the Warriors, they've gone 8-2 both straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. Historically, the winner of this matchup has covered the spread in 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. The point spread for this game was always going to favor the Warriors heavily, and it's hard to see them having much trouble against a Nets team that's clearly struggling. While this could be a potential letdown spot for Golden State, they should still be motivated to take care of business against a Brooklyn squad that's trending downward. The line is steep for a road team, but these two teams seem to be heading in opposite directions. As our first pick for this matchup, the Golden State Warriors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Over the past few seasons, the Warriors have quietly shifted from being an offense-first team to one that prioritizes defense. They're currently 9th in the NBA in scoring defense and 8th in defensive efficiency. They've also slowed things down, ranking 17th in pace of play, and have gone under the total in their last 2 games. The Nets, meanwhile, are one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, sitting at 29th in points per game. They've been decent on defense, ranking 10th in scoring defense, but they play at the slowest pace in the NBA. In their last 10 games, the Nets have gone over the total just 3 times. Jimmy Butler has made a noticeable impact for the Warriors, but he hasn't been a scoring machine. After scoring 20 or more points in his first 3 games with the team, he hasn't reached that mark since. Since the All-Star break, he's averaging just 13 points on 43.4% shooting, including a dismal 7.7% from three-point range. However, his defensive presence has been solid, and the Warriors should have no trouble shutting down a Nets team that lacks firepower. Cam Johnson, for example, has shot just 36.5% from the field and 27.9% from 3 since the All-Star break. While he had a decent game against the Spurs, the Nets don't have many reliable scoring options, and the Warriors' defense should be able to lock them down. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia 76ers versus Boston Celtics. The Philadelphia 76ers, who currently hold a record of 21 wins and 40 losses, are scheduled to play against the Boston Celtics, who have a strong record of 44 wins and 18 losses. This game will take place at TD Garden on Thursday, March 6, 2025. The 76ers will be without Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Kyle Lowry, and Paul George is listed as questionable. On the other side, the Celtics will also be missing key players like Jason Tatum, Jrue Holiday, and Kristaps Porzingis. The Celtics are coming off a game the night before where they used a lot of energy to secure a win. In that game, players like Brown, White, and Pritchard each played over 39 minutes, which might affect their performance in this upcoming game. Despite the 76ers' poor performance this season, they have managed to keep their last 4 road losses within a 14-point margin. Even though the 76ers are struggling and dealing with injuries, they have a group of young players who are eager to prove themselves and will likely get significant playing time. Given the Celtics' own injury issues and fatigue, it's hard to favor them by a large margin in this game. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia 76ers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams are dealing with a significant number of injuries heading into this game. The 76ers have scored fewer than 106 points in 6 of their last 9 games, and without their top 4 scorers, they might struggle to reach 100 points in this matchup. The Celtics are also dealing with injuries and have gone under the total points line in 6 of their last 9 games. Similar to the previous point, the Celtics' defense is expected to outperform the 76ers' offense, forcing them into difficult shots and minimizing fouls. On the other hand, the 76ers have done a good job of keeping opponents from getting offensive rebounds and have improved their defense to rank in the top 5 for steals recently. Both defenses are likely to put pressure on their opponents, leading to a low-scoring game. Expect a rough and tough game with not many points scored. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.